Facing a midlife crisis? Find courage in everyday women's stories. Subscribe to Resilient Women Rising.
The Phoenix Plate, how a 45-year-old chef rose from divorce to restaurant triumph. Marina Cole stared at the closed sign taped to the front window of La Mesa Azul, the once bustling bistro she and her husband Victor had built from scratch. At 45, newly divorced after years of clashing personalities and endless arguments, she watched her dream slip into Victor's hands, legally unchallenged because she'd named him sole owner. Inside, the empty dining room echoed with ghosts of Marina's recipe zesty ceviches, rich mole sauces, and the signature cilantro lime tart that had put them on the map. She'd spent sleepless nights perfecting each dish, yet in the divorce decree, the restaurant and every cherished secret lay with Victor. With a heavy heart and her teenage daughter, Elna, by her side, Marina retreated to their tiny apartment. For days, she sank into despair, replaying every spat and every misstep that had cost her not only a marriage, but her livelihood. Elena comforted her with quiet hugs and school projects spread across the kitchen table, but Marina felt lost, wondering if her passion for cooking and her bond with her daughter could ever flourish again. Then, one crisp morning, Marina wiped away her tears, straightened her apron, and booked a moving truck. "We're starting over," she told Elena, whose hopeful nod reminded Marina of why she'd fought so hard to create something beautiful. A week later, they arrived in a new town where locals craved authentic home-cooked flavors. Marina secured a modest corner space, painted its walls sky blue, and taught Elena to handwrite the menu board in bold chalk. On opening night, Marina's heart thundered as the first customers took their seats, and then raved about her mole and ceviche, as if discovering them for the first time. By month's end, the Phoenix Plate was the talk of the town, a testament to Marina's resilience, her daughter's unwavering support, and the power of rising from the ashes. When word arrived that La Mesa Azul's clientele had dwindled and Victor was closing its doors, Marina allowed herself a small, triumphant smile. Over a bowl of Marina's new signature soup, Elena squeezed her mother's hand. "We did it together," she said. Marina nodded, eyes bright. "And we'll keep doing it one plate at a time." Marina's mornings now began with the aroma of fresh tortillas baking in the small kitchen at the back of the Phoenix Plate. By 9, a steady line formed outside the door of locals eager for her bright avocado chile tostadas. Elena, 14 and brimming with pride, swept the floors and refilled jars of pickled jalapenos, earning friendly hellos from regulars. One afternoon, Marina opened a delivery box from a specialty spice importer, her new supplier of smoked paprika and achiote paste. She grinned at Elena's wide-eyed excitement. "These will take our chiles rellenos to the next level," Marina promised. Word spread quickly. Food bloggers praised Marina's bold flavors and warm hospitality. A local magazine ran a profile La Mesa Azul's former chef finds new home and foodies follow. Marina pinned the tear sheet to her office wall, heart soaring at the public validation she'd once feared lost forever. Meanwhile, across town, Victor watched empty tables accumulate at La Mesa Azul. His attempts to maintain the menu without Marina's touch fell flat. Customers missed her secret mole blend and her genuine smile. Back at the Phoenix Plate, Marina and Elena closed up late one night, wiping down turquoise tabletops and counting the day's receipts, enough to cover rent and order new produce. Elena flopped into a chair. "I love this place," she said softly. Marina tucked a stray lock behind Elena's ear. "And it loves us right back." As they turned off the lights and stepped into the cool night, Marina realized that loss had become her greatest teacher, and that with courage, a mother and daughter could build an empire no courtroom decree could ever take away. Winter arrived, dusting the town in frost, just as Marina introduced her new sweet potato black bean enchiladas, topped with a silky poblano cream sauce. Word of mouth became a snowball soon. Morning reservations sold out by noon, and dinner parties required booking weeks ahead. Elena, now proudly manning the hostess stand, greeted every guest with a genuine smile that warmed even the chilliest nights. One evening, a respected regional food critic slipped into the Phoenix Plate unannounced. Marina recognized her from a glossy review in a neighboring city's magazine. Heart pounding, she watched as the critics sampled each course: the chipped corn tortillas, the smoky adobo chicken, and finally, Marina's cherished mole. Minutes later, the critic rose to applaud, then approached Marina with tears in her eyes. "Your cooking tells a story of heartbreak, hope, and home," she said softly. "I'd like to feature you in next month's issue." Marina exhaled in relief. The next morning's headline, "From Ashes to Abundance, the Phoenix Plate," Soar sent a fresh wave of eager diners to her door. Meanwhile, Elena excelled in school and even pitched a charity night at the restaurant, donating proceeds to the local women's shelter. The community rallied behind them, turning the Phoenix Plate into more than a restaurant. It became a gathering place for generosity and shared purpose. Late one afternoon, Marina received a text from an old colleague, heard La Mesa Azul's closing next week. "Tough to keep it going without your recipes." A bittersweet smile curved her lips. She typed back, "Thank you. It's time for new recipes." As snowflakes drifted outside the frosted windows, Marina and Elena closed the restaurant. Together, counting tips, sharing laughter, and dreaming of tomorrow's new dishes. In the glow of success, Marina realized losing everything had given her the freedom to create something even more beautiful, hand in hand with the daughter she loved most. Spring thawed the frost from the rooftops as the Phoenix Plate prepared to celebrate its one-year anniversary. Marina hung a hand-lettered banner reading "1 year of fresh starts" above the front door, its bright colors echoing the rebirth she'd experienced since leaving La Mesa Azul behind. On the anniversary morning, Elena arrived early to help set out pastries and flower-topped tables on the sidewalk patio. As they worked side by side, Marina reflected on how far they'd come, no longer running from past pain, but building toward a shared dream. At noon, the first guests arrived, familiar faces who'd witnessed Marina's journey, neighbors who'd tasted her earliest experiments, and longtime patrons who'd become friends. As a surprise, the town mayor stepped forward to present her with a proclamation. In recognition of her culinary excellence, community spirit, and resilience in the face of adversity, we hereby declare this day Phoenix Plate Day. Cheers erupted. Marina blinked back tears as the mayor pinned a ceremonial ribbon on her apron. That evening, amidst the clinking of glasses and laughter, Elena raised her iced hibiscus tea. "To Mom, who taught me that the best recipes come from never giving up." Marina lifted her glass, smiling through her pride. "And to us for cooking up a brighter future together." As lanterns glowed under the budding trees, Marina looked at her daughter's joyful face and the bustle of friends around her. She realized the true measure of success wasn't the critics' praise or newspaper headlines, but the love, support, and new traditions she and Elena had crafted, one plate at a time. Summer's warmth had returned, and with it came an ambitious new project, Marina's Farm to Table Nights. Every Tuesday, she partnered with a nearby organic farm to showcase seasonal vegetables in inventive dishes: heirloom tomato gazpacho, grilled zucchini ribbons with mint, and strawberry basil galettes for dessert. The special menu sold out in hours, reinforcing the Phoenix Plate's reputation as the town's culinary heartbeat. Elena thrived alongside her mother. She managed reservations, greeted guests with her trademark grin, and even suggested a kids' kitchen corner where children could decorate mini tacos. Under her enthusiastic supervision, the children's corner became a hit. Laughter and frosting soared together every Friday afternoon. One Tuesday, as Marina plated a vibrant beet and goat cheese salad, a familiar face slipped into the dining room: Victor. He watched quietly from a corner table, eyes reflecting remorse. After dinner, he approached the counter. "Marina," he began, voice hesitant, "your vision, it's extraordinary. You've outcooked me in every way." Marina met his gaze evenly. "Thank you, Victor. I stopped cooking for us a long time ago." He nodded, shame and respect mingling on his face. "I'm proud of what you've built here." That moment closed a chapter without malice, two chefs acknowledging their separate paths. Victor left with a sincere nod, and Marina exhaled, feeling neither bitterness nor regret, only peace. Later that night, as Marina and Elena washed the last dishes, Elena squeezed her mother's shoulder. "You turned a broken recipe into something unforgettable," she said. Marina smiled, heart full, "And we'll keep writing this menu together." One plate at a time, their shared story continued to nourish both body and soul. Autumn's golden light filtered through the tall windows of the Phoenix Plate as Marina prepared for her next big idea, a chef's table experience where a handful of guests would dine alongside her at a communal counter and watch each dish crafted in real time. The first event sold out within minutes, proof that her blend of warmth and expertise had created something truly special. That evening, Marina stood behind the counter, plating a delicate mushroom sage risotto, when Elena slipped in with a congratulatory grin. "You did it again," she whispered. Marina winked and handed her daughter a taste. Elena's eyes lit up. Incredible. As service began, the intimate group of 8 settled in, eager for stories and flavors. Marina narrated each course's inspiration, the time she learned to forage wild mushrooms with Victor's grandfather, the moment Elena taught her the perfect herb, balance inviting guests to become part of her family's journey. Halfway through, the restaurant's phone buzzed with a message, a booking inquiry from a producer of a regional cooking show. They'd heard of the chef's table and wanted to film an episode featuring Marina's story and cuisine. Marina exchanged a stunned glance with Gabriel, who had arrived early to pick her up for a well-deserved dinner date. After service, Gabriel helped her close up. In the soft glow of lanterns, he held her gently. "You deserve this spotlight," he said. "Your passion and your story deserves to be shared." Marina leaned into him, heart swelling. "We've come so far," she murmured, "and it's only the beginning." Together, they locked the doors on another triumphant night, dreaming of new menus, new milestones, and a future crafted by determination, love, and the unbreakable bond between a mother and daughter. Au formini. Within days, a film crew transformed the Phoenix Plate's open kitchen into a television set. Under bright lights and camera lenses, Marina cooked her signature mole poblano alongside her eager daughter, Elena, who helped plate each dish. Between takes, Marina shared her story on camera, how a painful divorce nearly cost her everything, and how she and Elena had rebuilt their lives one recipe at a time. When the episode aired, viewers tuned in by the thousands. Reservations surged so dramatically that Marina hired 2 new line cooks and expanded the dining room by repurposing an adjacent storefront. Elena designed a colorful mural on the new wall flames, rising from a phoenix's wings, symbolizing their shared rebirth. One chilly evening after closing, Marina and Elena surveyed the bustling dining room from the kitchen's pass-through window. The restaurant thrummed with conversation, laughter, and the clinking of glasses. Elena slipped her hand into Marina's. "We did it," she whispered. Marina smiled, pride and love mingling in her chest. "We did together." Across town, a news alert popped up on Victor's phone. La Mesa Azul closes after 10 years. He paused, then deleted the message without comment. Back at the Phoenix Plate, Marina and Elena turned off the lights and locked the door. Stepping into the crisp night, Marina squeezed her daughter's hand. "Ready for tomorrow's menu brainstorm?" Elena beamed. "Always," and under the street lamp's glow, mother and daughter walked home armed with fresh ideas, unbreakable confidence, and the knowledge that their true success was the life they'd reclaimed together. Winter's first snowflakes drifted onto the restaurant's awning as Marina and Elena delivered a special holiday menu to a winter: shelter turkey tamales, warm pozole, and spiced churros. Volunteers and guests lined up with gratitude, their smiles warming the cold night. Back at the Phoenix Plate, the dining room glowed with festive lights. Regulars gathered for the 12 dishes of Christmas tasting, each course reflecting a memory: Marina's grandmother's tamarind candies, Victor's favorite peppermint flan, and Elena's own creation, cranberry leek empanadas. Laughter and stories filled every corner, turning the restaurant into a cherished holiday hearth. After service, Gabriel joined them, handing Marina a bundled scarf and Elena a knit hat. "You two make every season brighter," he said, his voice gentle. Marina hugged him close. "We couldn't do it without you." Elena grinned and pulled on her hat. As snow blanketed the streets, Marina paused at the doorway. She looked back at her bustling restaurant, once a symbol of loss, now a beacon of community and hope. With Gabriel and Elena by her side, she knew that every recipe, every risk, and every moment of resilience had led them here. Stepping into the snowfall, she whispered, "To new traditions," and together they walked home, hearts full, ready for whatever flavor tomorrow would bring. By early spring, the Phoenix Plate had become more than a restaurant, was a community anchor. On a bright Saturday morning, Marina unveiled her newest initiative, a weekly cooking workshop for local teens, offering them free culinary training and mentorship. Elena, now 16 and brimming with confidence, co-taught the sessions, guiding classmates through knife skills and flavor pairing. That afternoon, as students chopped vegetables under Marina's watchful eye, a familiar face slipped into the back of the kitchen. Victor. He watched quietly, hands clasped, as Marina demonstrated how to balance salt and sweet in her signature ceviche. After the class ended, he approached Marina at the prep table. "Your workshops are remarkable," he said softly. "You've done so much good here." Marina paused, then offered him a small bowl of guacamole. "Thank you," she replied. "Care to join?" Victor nodded and tasted it, eyes lighting up. "Still perfect," he said, a genuine smile breaking across his face. As he lingered, Marina introduced him to the students, who greeted him respectfully. He answered their questions about his own culinary journeys before quietly slipping away, no bitterness, only sincere acknowledgement of Marina's impact. That evening, Elena found a bookmarked recipe card on her mother's desk, Victor's handwriting at the top, suggesting a new twist on Marina's mole poblano. "He's come around," Elena said with a grin. Marina smiled, realizing her story had come full circle from loss and betrayal to forgiveness and collaboration. Her passion had not only reclaimed her life, but inspired renewal in those around her. Together, chef, daughter, and even her former partner, she had built a legacy far more nourishing than any single plate. Summer blossomed in vibrant greens as Marina unveiled the next chapter for the Phoenix Plate, a sunset supper series, outdoor dinners on the rooftop terrace, complete with twinkling fairy lights and panoramic views of the town. Each week, she crafted a themed menu: Mediterranean mezzi under the moon, Pacific Rim fusion at dusk that sold out within hours. Elena, now deft at welcoming VIP guests, guided diners to their seats, her confidence a reflection of her mother's journey. One evening, a local news crew arrived to capture the ambiance their feature piece would air that Friday. Midway through service, Marina noticed Victor waiting near the rooftop stairwell. After finishing the appetizers, zucchini blossoms stuffed with ricottache joined him at a quiet corner table. "You've created something extraordinary," he said, gesturing to couples laughing over rosé. "I'm truly impressed." Marina offered a gracious nod. "It's been a long road." Victor hesitated, then placed a small envelope in her hand. Inside was a business card and a note. "If you ever need a partner on a new venture, culinary consulting, recipe development, call me." Touched, Marina smiled. "Thank you." That weekend, the news segment ran, highlighting Marina's resilience and innovative menus. Calls and inquiries flooded in not only for reservations, but for collaborations. On Monday, as she and Elena reviewed emails, one stood out: a prestigious food festival, inviting her to represent the region's vibrant flavors. As dusk fell again over the terrace, Marina raised a glass of chilled Sauvignon Blanc to Elena. To fresh starts, she toasted. Elena beamed, and to continuing to rise like the phoenix under the starlit sky, mother and daughter savored the moment, proof that from the ashes of loss, they had built something soaring and timeless. The morning of the regional food festival, Marina and Elena loaded the Phoenix Plate's vintage food trailer, painted in turquoise flames, onto the town square. Banners fluttered overhead proclaiming "Taste of the Valley," and neighbors gathered expectantly at the ribboned stalls. Marina arrived early to set up her booth, arranging samples of her acclaimed mole poblano tacos, smoked paprika churros, and the festival's exclusive special Phoenix Flame chili, a smoky blend she'd perfected with Elena's help. By midday, a line snaked around the square: food critics, bloggers, and families eager to taste the flavors born of her journey. When the festival judge approached, Marina offered a confident smile. He sampled each dish carefully, nodding appreciatively at the balance of heat, sweetness, and her signature citrus tang. Moments later, he announced the winner's best main dish, the Phoenix Flame Chili. Applause erupted, and Marina embraced Elena in a proud hug. As the sun dipped low, the festival organizers invited Marina on stage to accept her award. Under twinkling lights, she addressed the crowd. "This award tastes sweeter because it represents perseverance, creativity, and the support of my incredible daughter and community. From Los We Ricion plate at a time. That evening, back at the Phoenix Plate's empty kitchen, Marina and Elena celebrated with a simple dinner of leftover chili and toast. Elena grinned over her bowl. "You did it, Mom." Marina raised her spoon in a playful salute. "We did it together." In the warm glow of the kitchen lights, they savored both victory and the quiet promise of many more chapters yet to be written. Autumn's amber hues returned to the valley as Marina prepared for her next endeavor, a weekend brunch series highlighting local farmers and makers. On Saturday mornings, she transformed the Phoenix Plate into a bustling market-style cafe, fresh-pressed juices, farm egg frittatas, and honey-sweetened churro bites that sold out by noon. Elena greeted guests with a bright smile, guiding them to sunny tables strewn with wildflower centerpieces. Behind the counter, Marina shared her passion introducing diners to the farmers who grew the heirloom tomatoes and the beekeeper whose hives provided the festival popular honey. One crisp morning, as Marina chatted with a vendor, her phone buzzed a text from an old acquaintance in her original hometown. "La Mesa Azul has closed for good. The neighborhood says they just couldn't replicate your magic." Marina paused, a gentle satisfaction warming her. She texted back, "Thank you for letting me know." That afternoon, after the brunch rush, Elena found her mother leaning against the kitchen door, watching the last guests depart. "Mom," she said, "look at this." Marina joined her at the window and saw families lingering on the patio, reluctant to leave. Elena grinned. "They're not just coming for the food, they're coming for you." Marina squeezed her daughter's hand. "And for us, together, we've created more than a restaurant. We've created a home." As golden light bathed the dining room, Marina knew the true taste of success wasn't measured in headlines or reviews, but in the warmth of community, the strength of family, and the endless possibilities that lay ahead. A year later, the Phoenix Plate had become an institution, a place where flavors and stories intertwined to nourish both body and soul. Marianne and Elena's hustle had transformed into Harmony Sunday brunches, cooking workshops for underprivileged teens, and guest chef collaborations that celebrated cultural diversity. Marina stood at the head of the service line on a warm summer evening, watching Elena greet a table of 3 generations of a local family. A soft smile crossed her face as she plated the final order's heirloom corn pancakes, avocado lime crema, and petite churros dusted with cinnamon sugar. Behind her, the restaurant walls bore photographs capturing their journey, the closed sign on La Mesa Azul, the ribbon cutting of the Phoenix Plate's grand opening, and the spray-painted Phoenix mural that Elena had designed. As dusk settled, Marina stepped onto the porch. The setting sun painted the sky in fiery hues, reds, oranges, and gold, smearing the restaurant's emblem and the resilience that had built it from the ashes. Gabriel joined her, placing a gentle arm around her shoulders as they gazed at the lantern-lit garden where neighbors mingled and laughed. She leaned into him and whispered, "We rose." He pressed a kiss to her temple. "And we'll keep rising always." Together, they watched nightfall over their sanctuary, a testament that even when life strips away everything we know, the courage to begin anew can lead to a flavor of joy far richer than any recipe alone. From divorce to restaurant triumph,